how can we engage the spectacle and subvert the spectacle, which in many ways has been used as a tool of oppression, but how can we subvert it in order to teach, in order to educate, in order to repopulate a history of images that were told by a very specific group of people for a very specific purpose.
Modern Look Photography and the American Magazine, on view now at the Jewish Museum, is an exhibition about the golden age of magazine publishing, when photography and design contributed to and reflected the culture of America in the late 1930s to the 1950s. Inspired by this exhibition and the power of photography today, we invited artists and curators to select a photograph that changed their lives and transformed the way they look. Photographer Dario Calmese.
My name is Dario Calmese. This is a Leni Riefenstahl image from her series Olympia. And what we're really seeing here is a discus thrower who's almost nude and just pure aesthetic beauty. But what I love about it is the tension between what we just visually see versus the narrative behind it. The narrative that this is Leni Riefenstahl, who is on assignment from Nazis in order to visually establish a primacy, a white supremacy. And that this image, although aesthetically beautiful, coded in it is oppression. 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust, and a large part of that was a populace understanding or believing this idea of a superiority of a certain race, that by looking a certain way, you all of a sudden were imbued with these powers of supremacy. And as it relates to fashion photography, as it relates to beauty, you started to see a primacy of blondness in the US and on magazine covers. And so, what's furthest from being black, but being blonde-haired and blue-eyed? Fashion photography itself is not devoid of oppression under the cloak of beauty and aesthetics. And I think this past summer showed that the magazine cover all of a sudden was no longer a magazine cover, but a tool of protest. And that really showing how important not only the Black imagination is, but the imagination of marginalized and oppressed people to reimagine the world that we think we see as something completely different. And so that's why I chose this image.